You are walking down a busy street and someone falls to the ground. 20 people are around you. Nobody moves. You don't move either. Why not? The easy answer is that people are selfish, that the world has gotten colder. But the real answer is far stranger. It has almost nothing to do with how much you care. It has everything to do with how many other people are standing next to you. In 1964, a young woman named Kitty Genovese was attacked outside her apartment in Queens, New York. Reports claimed dozens of neighbors heard her and did nothing. The story was more complicated than the headline suggested, but it pushed two psychologists, John Darley and Bibb Latané, toward a question nobody had tested before. Does having more witnesses make help more likely or less likely? In 1968, they wired college students to an intercom, alone in separate rooms. Except there were no other participants, just recordings. One voice would suddenly seem to have a seizure, choking, calling for help, then falling silent. Some students believed they were the only witness. Others believed several people were listening. Alone, they rushed to help almost every time, often within a minute. Believing others were listening too, they were dramatically slower. Some never acted at all. Nothing about the emergency changed. Only a number in their head changed. How many other people might act instead of me? Darley and Latané called this diffusion of responsibility. Alone, the whole weight lands on you. In a group, that weight splits so thin it stops feeling like a duty at all. Think about your own phone. A notification arrives. You rarely worry you're the only one who saw it. Somewhere in your mind, you assume someone else will handle it. That quiet assumption is the same mechanism behind a crowd that watches and does nothing. There's a second force, and it's stranger still. Psychologists call it social proof. Before you act, you check other faces. If everyone looks calm, some part of you concludes nothing is really wrong. But everyone else is checking your face too, waiting for a signal that never comes. This creates pluralistic ignorance. A room full of people, each privately alarmed, each performing calm for the others, each convinced everyone else knows something they don't. Why would evolution build a brain that fails this badly? It isn't a flaw. For most of human history, you lived in small bands, often between 30 and 150 people, a number the anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent decades studying. In a group that size, there's no anonymous crowd. Everyone who sees an emergency knows exactly who else saw it. Responsibility can't diffuse because there's no way to hide inside the group. Your brain evolved for that world, a world of familiar faces and permanent memory. Then, in an evolutionary blink, humans built cities. Suddenly, you were surrounded by thousands of faces you'd never see twice. The ancient safeguard, the one that says someone will remember whether you helped, simply stopped applying. Your instincts, built for the campfire, never got the update. This is why the bystander effect grows stronger, not weaker, as crowds get bigger. It isn't that people got colder. The size of the crowd outran the size of the group your brain was built to track. Here's the twist. Follow-up research found that people who failed to help weren't calm or indifferent. Many showed racing hearts, sweating palms, visible tension, just like those who acted alone. They weren't unbothered. They were paralyzed by uncertainty about their role inside a group. That distinction matters. The problem isn't your character. It's a piece of ancient software running quietly underneath it. And once you know it's there, you can override it. One method consistently breaks the spell: specificity. The moment one voice says, "You, in the blue jacket, call an ambulance," the vagueness disappears. Responsibility lands on one person, and the freeze breaks with it. You've likely lived a version of this yourself. A group chat where everyone assumes someone else will reply. A task that quietly goes undone because it belonged to everyone, and therefore to no one. So the next time you feel that small hesitation, that instinct to check whether anyone else is stepping up first, you'll know exactly what's happening. It's not indifference, it's an ancestor's math, running silently in a crowd it was never built to measure. You are walking down a busy street and someone falls to the ground. This time, you already know why the crowd freezes, so you're the one who moves first.